Revelation 12:11 says, "And they overcame him, the accuser of the brethren, by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they did not love their lives to the death." Personal testimony is so powerful because it demonstrates that God has power to change our lives, and it's a powerful tool in presenting the gospel. It is a story of contrast between our old life and our new life in Christ. One of the biggest mistakes that we make in sharing our testimony is that we share too much detail with those that we're sharing with. And being prepared to share a short and concise summary in 15 seconds can test for openness and ripeness in those that we're sharing with and lead to further gospel conversations with those that we're meeting. A testimony has 5 basic parts. It has an introduction, it has a before, how you met Christ, an after, and then an invitation. Now, an introduction can be very simple. I recommend for those that don't have an introduction to just use something very simple like, "There was a time in my life when I was." And then you want to think of, how was your life before Jesus in 2 words? What happened when you met Jesus? And you can describe that in 2 words. How has your life been changed by Jesus after you met him? In 2 words again. And then we want to end with an invitation. Like, do you want to know more about Jesus? Is there anything that would keep you from receiving Jesus as King? Something like that. Now, I'll use an example of 2 words that we can use in this illustration. So I'll use the words insecure and angry. And in terms of putting trust in him and made him number 1 in my life. And after being secure and full of joy. You can use this example, encourage you to think of your own descriptors, your own description of what your life is actually like. And I'll illustrate this, and you can even time it. There was a time in my life when I was insecure and angry. Then I met Jesus, put my trust in him, and made him number 1 in my life. Now I am secure and full of joy. Do you have a story like this? Do you want to know more? So the last question is very important, as it invites the other person to share their own experience. If you become a believer at a very young age and don't remember your life before Jesus, then you can think of 2 words that describe a time of crisis or certainty. And then just emit the phrase, "I met Jesus," and just say, "Then I put my trust in Jesus and made him number 1 in my life." You can make it work for your situation. Now, I encourage you to practice telling your 15-second testimony with somebody, timing yourself, make sure that it's clear and concise, and start sharing this with unbelievers, with people around you, and be ready to test for ripeness and openness in the people that are around you. And even teach other believers how to share their 15-second testimony and equip them to find people that are open to Jesus and want to know more.